with questions for RJ.
Do you feel fully indoctrinated as a Georgia Bulldog? You know?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, been here all summer. You know, being involved with the team and just sharing time with them, like on and off the court, has made me feel just like I've just been here my whole like college career, and it's just made me feel like a family. You know, so it feels good to be here now, and you know, it feels great to be a Bulldog.
What's most important right now, learning each other off the court or on the court, or the combination of both?
You said what's the most important?
I say, what's the important thing right now? Either learning about each other, off the court, or on the court, or a combination.
Oh, I feel like everything. You know, just getting to know your teammates, their backgrounds, everything. Like even the coaches, like they come at us and they're just very friendly. Like whenever it's time to work, it's time to work. But off the court, like everybody's just like a family. We treat everybody like brothers. So it's just like. You never feel like a moment where you feel left out, like you're always like in the group or part of it, so it just feels great.
How big was the Italy trip for that?
I mean, it was really big because I feel like it got us all more together, spending more time together and doing all these like stuff that you probably won't do ever in your life again with them. Opens up different types of like channels of friendship and like camaraderie for teams like during the season, and that will help us like stay together during tough times and knowing that everybody will have everybody's back.
Going back to when you were in the portal, what sort of drew you to Georgia and made you decide that's where you wanted to come?
I would say just Coach White and Pastrana's like consistency since I was in high school. Like Coach White was my first offer when he was at UF, and Pastrana was my second one when he was at OSU. So them still being interested in me and being the first one to reach out and always being consistent has really helped on building my faith on them. And yeah, it just really helped me a lot just knowing that they still believed in me and that I could join their program.
You've got an interesting situation. Have you been on the court inside the Coliseum yet, or will when Stegmania happens, will that be the first time that you've been able to play on the court?
I worked out earlier this afternoon in Steg, so
that was the first time?
Yeah, it was really good to get back in the stadium again. So.
Well, what did you think about it? I mean, just the environment. They painted the roof black and everything now.
Oh, it felt great. Just being back in the stadium and calling my new home Steg. Feels great to take some shots up in there and just make myself at home.
Coach White talked about not being afraid to address, making the NCAA tournament. You're one of the guys that did play in the NCAA tournament last year. How do you try to take like that experience and bring it to a group that a lot of these guys haven't played at that big level yet?
It's a long season. We just got to take it day by day. We just got to make sure these big games that we got early in the season that we lock in early and don't make like mental mistakes, because if we mess up early in the season, it could affect us at the tournament. But we just got to go day by day, game by game, and I feel like the coaches have a really good plan for us, and I think we got a really good chance.
From what you've seen so far just in practice, what do you feel like the identity of this team can be, and what you guys want that identity to be this year?
I feel like it's toughness and competitive. Every single person in this team is competitive. Everybody hates losing. Like even if it's like just a small 3-minute scrimmage between us, like it's just a bad call. Like everybody will argue because we're just trying to win, But just as a team, I feel like toughness and competitive is everybody plays hard every single day, even though it's not the day, but they're gonna bring it all.
When you look at the time you've been here, what's been the transition like for you? Getting to know a new place, a new team, and just getting settled in with a new group.
It's been completely different for sure. Like the environment in Illinois and the environment in Georgia is completely different. Like how I felt. Like my first football game in here, it was like amazing. Like never seen something like that. And definitely like the college town is completely different. Makes me feel like at home, and it's like a warm environment. Reminds me kind of Puerto Rico, so kind of like it.
We're going to talk to Blue. What's impressed you about him so far as a freshman?
His playmaking. He's like, as a freshman, you're not expecting a lot, but he's a really talented guy. He can really shoot the ball, so like if he's wide open, like I could go just run back on defense because I know he's gonna make it, and I trust him with the ball in his hands. So like if anything happens, like I would trust him with the ball in his hands, and yeah, I just feel like he's a really good player as a freshman. You know, not a lot of freshmen can come in and make big time plays. So he's proven a lot this summer. So really excited to see what he brings on in the season.
Obviously, you're a great athlete. What attracted you to basketball? Were there other sports that you
I mean,
played?
yeah, I played almost every sport when I was a kid in Puerto Rico, but I feel like just my mom and dad always being involved, like in athletic, like jobs, like in schools, just kind of attracted me more to basketball. My dad played when he was younger, and he always mentored me into basketball, and he worked me out on everything. So I just feel like that made a big decision on choosing between basketball and baseball. So.
How frustrating was last season just trying to play through injury and try to get through that?
I mean, it was pretty frustrating because I couldn't really do anything that I wanted to. I was very limited on on what I could do in the court. So it was pretty frustrating for me, but I couldn't really show it out to the media or anything. But yeah, it was very frustrating for me. It's a very stressful year.
So along those lines, I know you guys didn't win, but how good did it feel in that game against Arkansas? You had a really productive game. Just what was that experience like?
It felt great. I mean, that's what I was expecting during the whole season. Pre-injury, I was doing really good, but it's nothing we can't control. We just can control what's coming up towards us in the future. So we just gotta keep going day by day, and that game of Arkansas just gave me a boost of this is what you used to do. Wasn't able to do it in the season, but just next season, you gotta keep that same momentum.
On the whole, with the freshman group, Coach White said he's seen each of the four of them impress at some point. What has stood out to you about them and their ability to come in early and make an impact with y'all?
Yeah, just them being competitive every single day. Some freshmen will back up on speaking up, but they're not scared. They're ready. I feel like physically, mentally. We'll see in the first couple games. How freshmen never played our first game, but I feel like these 4 freshmen are ready to go. I'm not worried about them. I think they'll be pretty ready for the season, and whenever the moment comes, they'll be ready for it.
What do you feel like you bring to this group and the ways you want to contribute this season?
I just feel like I bring a little bit more experience, a veteran talk, a more expanded 3-point shooting, because Jabri can shoot, a lot of other people can shoot, but expanding it more, athleticism in the court, and for sure defense. I feel like I've mainly focused a lot on defense, so I'm bringing a lot more into Georgia Bulldogs for the defense side.
Any other questions for RJ?
Cool. Thanks a lot.